Welcome to February. I hope the visit from that fat little rodent means you're going to have a good spring wherever you are. But hey, enough about Newt and the US election. Let's get on with all the other scary things, shall we? February is Women in Horror Month. Have you been over to womeninhorrormonth.com yet? If you run a website or event this February that showcases women in horror, make sure you head over to the site and request the WIHM 2012 seal. As Mickey Hickle, creator of the 2012 seal, mentions, all feminist horror fans are not the same, and I wanted to create something for everyone. No symbol seems to better represent the generic female form than the asexual bathroom sign chick. I wanted to put a little twist on her though. She's covered in blood. Is it hers, or does it belong to somebody else? She's holding a knife. Is it in self-defense, or did she just gut someone like a fish? She's holding a chain with a padlock on it. Did she escape? Or is she about to chain someone up in her blood-soaked basement? I thought it was perfect to show that women can fill all horror roles. They're the victim, the monster, the hero, and the witness. That's what makes Women in Horror Month so great. It's a celebration of all of the great things horror is able to express. On the social media side of haunting, a few women off the top of my head include Chris Davis, Christy from Noble Manor, Joyzy Gal Sharon, Kimberly Spookling, Tara Lair, Justine 31 October, Almost a Ghost 13, Ghoul Friday, and Lori Lee Littman and all of the other girlfriends, spouses, and muses, whether they're behind the scenes, in your faces, working their art all over the gory-sphere, or just supporting us other freaks. Canada has a few horror icons that are definitely women in horror. For example, Canadian horror hostess Miss Gory Ray, who I got to talk to in the last couple of months over on All Hallows Radio, or Jen and Sylvia Soska from Twisted Twins Productions, who brought us Dead Hooker in a Trunk, and the upcoming American Mary. The Edmonton Bone Wagon Association, Edmonton's own cadre of cadaver cabs, have a bunch of ladies to qualify for the Women in Horror moniker too, including Rona, Ingrid, Alyssa, Lynn, Lorelei, Terry, Cheryl, Stephanie, and Monique. Several of them are traveling down to Hearsecon in Seattle this summer. Wonder if the Barbie Dream Hearse will be there. Well, maybe you'll have to be in Denver, Colorado from June 22nd through 24th to find out, right? If not, we'll keep you abreast of all of the events in a calendar, and maybe you can come out and see a hearse or a pair. There are a few other ladies that are on the side of making all of us our very scary best that we need to mention. On our last show, we mentioned that the theater garage was moving. Christy and Tessa have been busy for the last month getting everything moved before they opened last Monday. The new place will be getting a lot of traffic, and it'll keep these ladies and all their staff busy. We encourage you to go check out their new digs, their props, costumes for rent and sale, or even check with them about custom-made costumes. They're located in downtown Edmonton, and their site is at theatergarage.ca. Carrie's Costumes had also expanded. The extra 1,100 square feet means they've been able to expand their makeup, effects, and costumes area. The in-store costume and makeup experts can show you everything you need for your next event. Remember, Halloween isn't the only time of year that people dress up, right? Edmonton's got 2 zombie walks every year. You may be having a theme party, or working on a film and need a piece for a costume, or you need some special makeup effects to, say, maybe go to the Calgary Comic and Entertainment Expo. Carrie's is once again a major sponsor of Edmonton's trip to the Calgary Comic and Entertainment Expo, and we'll even be helping out with prizes for some giveaways that we'll be doing there. Hector Turner and the Haunted Canada Calendars are also sponsors this year as well, providing prizes, and Barry from Oddmonton has stepped up as a sponsor as well. We mentioned Oddmonton last year briefly. If you're familiar with the show Oddities, Mike, Evan, and Ryan on Discovery Channel, you know some of the things that Barry's interested in. Whether you're looking for a double-headed calf, or some old embalming equipment, or something more unique like a carved skull cap like these ones that monks were using to grind pigments for tattoos, or even just a coyote skull, Oddmonton is the place to go. Just to note, the same weekend as the Calgary Comic and Entertainment Expo is the first walk of the season at Edmonton. Just keep an eye on the River City Zombie Committee fan page on Facebook for all the details as they become available. And hey, what did you think of the Walking Dead mid-season premiere? Was it all that you expected? Throw some comments down on our Facebook page and down here below in the video and let people know what you think. Another Facebook page to keep an eye open for, and a lady that's new on our radar screen, is Amber from the Krampuslauf Philadelphia group. She's keeping it real with everything that she's doing and posting, or trying to get from overseas, in their group on Facebook. Edmonton is also thinking of having its own Krampuslauf this fall. So maybe even some workshops or creating masks and costumes in order. So if you're interested, let us know at info@edmonton.com. Hey, maybe Krampus will become the new zombie. If you have some spare pocket change left over after Valentine's Day, here's something you can support. The Haunting Truth is a documentary that goes inside the minds of the folks who are part of the Halloween industry. Learn a little about the history of haunted attractions and about Halloween's business side. In Canada, we don't have quite as many pro-haunts per capita in some areas as they do in the States yet, but we're working on it. So, help support the post-production of this project by heading over to their Indiegogo page and donate a few dollars. Remember, you don't pay until they reach their goal, just like the Children Are Evil project we supported on Kickstarter last year. Well, that's a wrap for our Women in Horror episode. I'm sorry we couldn't touch on every one of the ladies in horror. Well, we don't have a 90-minute show. We will be mentioning many more of the women in horror over the next year on Edmonton TV, but don't let that stop you from commenting with your favorite women in horror on both our YouTube, Facebook, and our .com pages, so that everyone can see and discuss their faves. Until next time, remember to stay undead. I'm Pumpkin Ed.